Do you want to succeed in the 21st century, this 2020? Yes or no? I don't know if you will agree with this statement. Things that may bring you to where you are right now may not bring you to where you want to be in the future. Kung ano man mga ginawa natin dati na naging matagumpay po tayo, hindi po nangangahulugan na pwede rin tayo maging matagumpay sa ginagawa po natin ngayon. Because one thing I've learned in life is this. We have to what? Change. Everybody say change. Change. Why should we change? Because the only thing that is permanent in this world is what? Change. Do you agree? Yes or no? Yes. The world is changing so fast. Let's talk about the telecommunication industry. In the 1960s, the telephone was introduced. 70s came out the fax machine. Can you remember fax machine? 80s came out pager, or what we call as beeper. 90s came out what? Cell phone. 2000 VoIP. 21st century social media. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Who among you up to this very day you still own a pager? Can you please quickly raise up your hands? If you do, congratulations. Ikaw na lang at yung tanging operator kayong dalawa nag-uusap. What do you think killed the paging business? Come on, what killed the paging business? What killed the paging business? Ano pumatay sa paging business? No, it wasn't a cell phone. There was a season, I do believe, that I had a cell phone and a pager and a beeper at the same time. What's inside the cell phone that killed the paging business? Ano pong pumatay? Anong technology?
SMS!
Texting or SMS, short messaging system. Right? Do you use texting right now? Yes or no?
Yes.
Why should I go through operator? In order for me to send a message, I can just text it by myself. Do you agree? Yes or no?
Yes.
I was just wondering, what were the owners of beeper, pager, easy call, pocket bell were thinking during those times? We are more important than our clients. They failed to realize the most important asset they owned during that time wasn't their company, wasn't their product. It's the millions of customers that they had. If they were just open-minded for change, they should be the globe, the smart, and the sun today. Do you agree? Yes or no? But they failed to recognize change. This is one thing I've realized in the 21st century. If you do not change, you will become extinct. You do not innovate, you will evaporate. Do you agree? Yes or no? So, to prove to you also, not only the banking industry has been changed, not only the telecommunication industry has been changing, even the way people shop, they are changing already. Before, you have to go to a physical place in order for you to order your products. But right now, how do you order your products? You do it online. Is that right?
Yes.
Have you noticed most of the malls right now, there are shops that are closing? Why? Because they cannot keep with the overhead. And in business, this is very important. Do you want to run a profitable business? Yes or no?
Yes.
As an entrepreneur, you have to keep your overhead low. Everyone say low.
Low.
Kailangan mababa po ang overhead mo. Even if the sales are high, if your overhead is also high, your profit will be little or probably you won't have any profit. Even if the sales is low, but if the overhead is low, you might make some profit. So it's very important that we need to be open for what? Change. If change is good, my next question is this. Why do you think people resist what? Change. Number one reason is because of the word called what? Routine. Everybody say routine.
Routine.
Unfortunately, all of us were creatures of what? Habit. Everybody say habit.
Habit.
What is habit? One thing that you do over and over again, it becomes a way of life. To prove to you that all of us are creatures of habit, may I request everybody to please stand up. Stand up, please, stand up. Okay? Let's play some background music. I want, at the count of 3, okay? At the count of 3, I want you to cross your arms. 1, 2, 3. Cross your arms, please. Okay? Put it down. Cross your arms, please. Put it down. One last time. Cross your arms. Stop. Check if you're right over left or left over right. Pakibaba ng music. Pakibaba na. If you're right over left or left over right. When you say right over left, right arm over left arm. Who among you are right over left? Can you please raise up your hands? According to survey and study, right over left arm people are the intelligent people.
Wow!
Huwag kayo magpapalit. Huwag kayo magpapalit. Who among you are left over right? Left over right. Left over right people are the good-looking people. Don't change. Don't change. Okay. So, please put your arms again on the side. Okay, I'm going to give you a new set of rules. As I give you a new set of rules, nobody but you. Nobody will practice, okay? No one will practice. Is that clear? No one will what?
Practice.
Arms at the side again, everyone. No one will practice as I give you a new set of rules. If you're right over left, I want you to do left over right. If you're left over right, I want you to do right over left. At the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Opposite. Come on. Put it down. Opposite. How do you feel? Come on. How do you feel? Ano pakiramdam? Awkward? Yes or no? Uncomfortable? Yes or no? Difficult? Yes or no? Listen. Look at me. Good change, bad change. People resist change is not because they're negative, it's because it makes them feel uncomfortable. Give yourself a round of applause and take your seat, please. So, naiintindihan nyo? Let's go back to the slide, please. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Yes or no? Number 1, reason why people resist change because it makes them feel uncomfortable. And some of you probably, especially the top earners who has been with the company for 10 years, congratulations for being loyal with the company. Palakpakan naman natin yung mga loyalists dito. Because one thing I've learned in an organization, in order for you to really grow, you need to have loyal leaders. Do you agree? Yes or no? Leaders who will never what? Leave you. Leaders who are willing to sacrifice. Leaders who are not only thinking about themselves, but thinking about the welfare also of the company and the other people. Do you agree? Yes or no? But, very important, the second reason why people resist change is because of the word called what? Fear. Everybody say fear. Fear. Whether we like it or not, we experience fear every single day. Who among you have the fear of what? Failure. Raise up your hands. Fear of rejection. Fear of the unknown. Fear of the future. Fear na baka maubusan ka ng fear, ba? That's so afraid. No, reality is all of us we experience fear. Do you want to hear the good news or not so good news of fear? What do you want to hear first? Good or not so good? Good news of fear is this. Okay. Should I say the good or should I say the bad first? Okay, I'll tell you, the bad news first. Even if you are the most gifted, you are the most intelligent, you are the most resourceful person, you have so many resources, but if you always live in fear, you will never succeed. Because you will never try. And a person who never try can never succeed. Do you agree? Yes. Kahit gusto mo talaga, pero pag takot ka, walang mangyayari sa iyong kinabuhi, lalo na yung mga kabalo dito, mga Bisaya. May mga Bisaya ba dito? This is the good news of fear. Do you want to hear the good news of fear? Yes or no? Yes. I'm not convinced. Yes or no? Yes. 90% of the fear that you expect in life will never happen. 90%. Let me prove it. Who among you have went through tough times and challenges in life? Dumanan sa matinding pagsubok sa buhay. Pakitaas sa mga kamay. Okay. During that moment, you felt that there was no more hope. It's the end of the road. But were you able to overcome that fear? Were you able to overcome that challenge? Yes or no? Yes. So it didn't say it never came into pass. When you spell the word called fear, come on, spell the word called fear for me. Spell. Very good. According to Zig Ziglar, it means false expectations appearing real. I will repeat. False expectations appearing real. Akala mo nandun, pero actually wala. Most of the fear that we have are all man-made. We create it on our own. Especially in this type of business, especially if you're new, in this type of business called direct selling or network marketing, the one that can really, in reality, if you want to know who is the number one, what we call this, antagonist in the business, yung pinakaunang kontrabida natin sa buhay, it's not your negative parents, it's not your negative friends, it's not people who are not willing to support you, especially it's not your mother-in-law. Ang pinakaunang kontrabida, the one who's going to put you down, is no other than ourselves. Agree? So never always live in fear. So my question is this. If change is indeed good, what should we change? That's the next question. What do we need to change? Should we change our looks? Kailangan magpariba na tayo ng mukha. Do you really want to change this year? Yes or no? If you want to change something, you don't change something from the outside, but you change something from the inside. Because everything that happens on the outside must first happen from the inside. If you don't like the output of your life, you don't change the output, you better change the input. First things first that we need to change, we have to change our mindset. Everybody say mindset. Mindset is so powerful, it can affect the way you think, it can affect the way you feel, it can affect the way you make your decision, it can change the destiny of your life. To prove to you that it's so powerful, allow me to share to you this simple formula. It's called mindset plus action equivalent to what? Result. Repeat after me, 1, 2, 3. Mindset plus action equivalent to what? Negative mindset, negative action, negative. Positive mindset, positive action, positive. Wrong mindset, wrong action, wrong. Right mindset, right action, right. Garbage in. What you sow is what you want. You cannot live consistently to the way you think inconsistently. You can never win in life with a defeated mindset. Hindi ka magwawagi sa buhay kung mindset mo ay talunan. Do you agree? Yes or no? Who among you want to win? Do you want to win in life? Yes or no? Succeed in life? Yes or no? Should you possess a negative mindset or a positive mindset? Who among you consider yourself as a positive person? Raise up your hands. Come on. Who among you are medium? Medium. Who among you are rare? Okay, medium rare. Or well done. Parang snake. To prove that all, everyone say all. Lahat po tayo, we have the tendency to think the same way. Sample, ang Pasko ay Oo, ganun ha? Finish the sentence for me. Okay, I just need to say this in Filipino. Pardon me, my international friends. Bago tayo sumakay ng eroplano, ano parating na sa mindset natin? Paano kung Bago tayo mag-exams, paano kung? Bago tayo mag-negosyo, paano kung? Di ba napaka-positive talaga natin lahat? Ano plano sa buhay? Crash, fail, lugi, at huwag mo papakailangan. Hello? Why is it much more easier to think about the negative rather than the? Why is it much more easier to think about the problem rather than thinking about the? Why is it much more easier to complain about your situation rather than be thankful and grateful about your situation? Come on! Unavoidably, how we were raised when we were young directly affects the way we view life today. Kung paano ka pinalaki nung ikaw ay bata pa, nakaka-apekto kung anong pananaw mo sa buhay. You just imagine, what if you were raised in a family who always reminds you, okay, I want you to study so hard, so once you graduate, you look for a what? Magandang trabaho. Yes or no? Yes. How were we raised up? As Filipino-Chinese, kami mga singkit. Anak, gusto mo ika-aral mabuti, ikaw laki tayo maganda ng posisyon. I want you to study hard so that you can start your own what? Business. I have lots of Filipino friends. When they graduate, they pass resume to big companies and organizations. We start a small enterprise just to call it as our own. Question, who do you think will have a better opportunity to earn more? The one who look for a job or the one who started the business? But what was the major difference? Was it the school that we went to, teacher that taught us, books that we read, exams that we took? The difference was, how were we mindset when we were young? I've been in sales for ever since when I was age 12. Never been employed in my entire life. Why did I entertain to become an entrepreneur in my life? It's because of this. My mom told me once, and I can never forget, during the time when we had nothing, do you want to become wealthy? Yes. Do you want to become rich? Yes. Are you willing to do whatever it takes in order for you to become rich? I said yes. Why will you work for someone if you can work for yourself? Why will you make some other people rich if you can make yourself rich? May nagigets ba? That mindset really stuck in my mind and it really changed my way of what? Thinking. Whether we like it or not, nobody wants to become poor. Is that right? Yes or no? Wala pa akong tao nakita na gusto maghirap. May nakita na ba kayong tao na gusto maghirap? Alam mo, plano mo sa buhay, gusto maging tao ng lasa. Palaboy-laboy, huwag mo papakialaman. I've never seen people who want to become poor. Is that right? Yes or no? Question, have you witnessed people who retired poor and broke? Yes or no?
Yes.
But I do believe it's their way of what? Thinking that makes them what? Poor and broke. Because there are a lot of way of thinking that really convince us that we can never succeed in life. Number one, wrong way of thinking. Wrong mindset. I don't have what? Have you ever heard that? Yes or no? Yes. I cannot start my own business because I don't have what? Money. The right mindset is what? Money does not create what? Money. I will repeat. Money can never create money. Let me prove it. You give 1 million pesos to a person who knows nothing. Bigyan mo sa million. You come back to him after 1 year. What will be his status? Rich or poor? You take away all the money of the owner of this mall, Mr. Henry C., the late Henry C. You take away all of his money. You come back to him after 1 year. What will be his status? Poor or rich? I'm confused. You gave this person 1 million. You lost everything. You took away all of his money, and when you come back, he has more. That only proves what? Even you have all the money in the world, but if you do not know what to do with the money, your money is what? Worthless and useless. Hindi po ako galit, nagpapaliwanag lang. Hindi na nagigets ba? Warning to also top income earners. Let us not think like an employee. An employee always thinks once they have what? Income, it's their salary, they splurge it on. No, you have to think this is your business. This is your enterprise. You have to invest back to the business. Is that right? Yes or no? That's the reason whenever you call your downline for a meeting, oh, why aren't you present? Wala akong pamasahe. May allowance ba? May allowance. You don't even have money to take a transpo in order for you to meet your downlines. How can you succeed? Do you agree? Yes or no? So, second, wrong way of thinking. Have you ever heard this quote? Sipag at tiyaga. Sipag at tiyaga. Sipag at tiyaga. Sipag at tiyaga. Magdadala sa ginawa. Hard work and patience can bring success. Hard work and patience. Question. Is a carpenter hardworking? Yes or no? Is a painter patient? Yes or no? Are they wealthy?
No.
It's not enough. That's the wrong way of thinking. The right way of thinking is this. Come on, repeat after me. Sipag. Tiyaga. Karunungan. Discarding. Hard work. Patience. And then what? Knowledge. And what? Strategic. Kahit masipag matyaga ka, pero pag wala kang alam, forever carpenter ka, you'll be a carpenter for life. If you're a carpenter, you shouldn't not only know about carpentry, you should even know about painting, welding, how to create everything. So you should know everything. So there will come a time you will become a foreman. And then once you become a foreman, you can form a group. Pag may group ko na kayo, akyat bahay na kayo. Maling diskarte yan. And then you can become a contractor. From a contractor, you become a developer. Do you follow? Yes or no?
Yes.
Likewise with FKC, I hope that you won't stay as a distributor. You have to move up already in the rank. Do you agree? Yes or no? If last year this is your rank, this year you should increase and you should improve. And last but not the least, before I start, this is my intro. Wrong mindset. Have you ever heard this quote? Come on, I'm sure you've heard about this quote. Read. 1, 2, 3.
Experience is the best teacher.
One more time.
Experience is the best teacher.
I beg to disagree. Experience is the worst teacher. Why? Because it's painful and costly for you to make mistakes. You know, say that I have to experience and to be a single parent in order for me to understand how broken family feels. I have to gamble all my money in order for me to understand how a bankrupt person feels. That's foolishness. This is the right way of thinking. Right way of thinking is what? Learning from other people's what? Mistakes and experiences is the best teacher. You don't have to commit all the mistakes in your life in order for you to understand it's a mistake. Is it agree? That's the reason why you have good uplines. You need to follow and listen to your uplines. Listen and follow successful people. Never reinvent the wheel. That's the problem. Sometimes the business doesn't work. Because if you come in, you think that you know everything, so you follow and create your own system, so it doesn't work. Unfortunately, things that you've learned probably in school, in your business, in your employment may not apply here. I myself was in the network marketing business from 1992 to 2006. I did this for 14 years. And if you ask me how much money I made during the time when I was still active, I will tell you how much. Baka may BIR dito. But I will tell you how many millionaires I created in my organization. I have over 50 plus people under my group who became multi-millionaires in the business. This type of business is very simple. You just make your right leg to become a millionaire and your left leg to become a millionaire. What you call yourself? You're called a multi-millionaire. Is that right? Yes or no? Payamanin mo lang yung kanan, payamanin mo lang yung kaliwa. Ang tawag sa'yo, dukha ka ba? Dukha? Do you want to succeed in this business? Yes or no? Yes. Learn from your uplines. Learn from them first. Edify your uplines. Support your uplines. Yes, sometimes, when we touch, the honesty is too much. No, sometimes you don't get along sometimes with your upline. Is that right? Yes or no? It's natural. Just like in a family, you don't also get along with your parents, with your siblings, with your cousin. But true maturity comes when an organization, even though they have indifferences, they come together and they unite and settle their what? Differences. Agree?
Yes.
We are here to support not only the company, we are here to support our family. Is that right? Yes or no? So that's the reason why we have to work it out. Hindi porket nasaktan ka lang, ililipat ka. I got there, nilipat ka. I will transfer to another company. And once you transfer, you know what happened? He also transferred. O, dalawa na naman kayo doon. Ayun na naman kayo. Are you learning so far? Yes or no? Yes! So, are you ready for change? Yes or no? Yes! Are you ready for to grow this year? Yes or no? Yes! This is my encouragement to you, no matter what your age may be. You can never say that you have arrived. Once a fruit is already ripe, the next stage will be what? Rotten. Pag sinabi mong alam mo na, okay, alam mo na yan. Training, alam mo na yan. Dadagdagan na training pa. If you indeed know everything, you should be a multi-millionaire. You should be successful already and wait for your paycheck every week. I always tell people, there's always room for growth. You cannot fill a glass when the glass is already what? Full. This is my challenge for you this year. This is my call to action for you. Do you really want to grow this year? Yes or no? Yes. First challenge to you guys is what? Learn how to read books again. When you read books, you don't read it from cover to cover. Honestly, it's 90% junk. It's 10% material. You just need to extract the juice out of the book. And when you read a book, all you need to do is just remember one big idea. Everybody say one big idea. This one big idea can really change the way you think, change the way you feel, change the way you make your decision. It can change the destiny of your life. I read the book of John Maxwell about how to become a leader. There's only one big idea there. Leadership is never about title. Leadership is never about position. But leadership is all about a word called influence. Even if you have a title, even if you have a position, but if people are not willing to follow you, you're not a leader. Agree? Even you don't have a title, you don't have a position, but if people follow you, you are a leader. So whenever you read books, only extract the idea. It makes you, once you extract, what do? You apply. Everybody say apply. Apply. It's not how much you know, it's how much you what? Apply. Maybe you're the smartest person here, but the person, information nowadays is for free. It's in Google. First, read books. Second thing that you need to do is what? Attend what? Seminars. I hope you don't only come because this is a company-sponsored seminar. You also need to what? Invest in yourself. This coming weekend, I'll be going to Singapore. I'll be giving a seminar to also 600 what? Salespeople. I'll be talking about how to do social media marketing. Because I have 2.2 million followers on my Facebook. That's on my father's side alone, not on the mother's side. We have so many relatives in China. We're over 1 billion. I have 500,000 followers on YouTube. I'm going to teach people on how to maximize social media in order for you to make more what? Money. And not only that, last but not least, do you really want to succeed? Yes or no? Yes. There is no shortcut to but you can learn from successful people. Yes. That's the reason why find a what? Coach and a what? Mentor. Where can you find one? It's in your upline. Look up. But if your upline is not anymore present, you go up. Go up. Until such time you reach the president and the owners. I always tell people, if people fail in this type of business, they always complain. The business doesn't work, it's not for me, the product are too expensive. You know what? I always tell people, if there's a will, there's a way. Yes or no? Yes. Tayo mga Pinoy, kung gusto, gagawa ng ano? Kung ayaw, maraming ano? I'll end with this. I have 3 more minutes. Can I have 3 more minutes? The budget is only up to 3 more minutes. No, just kidding. I can stretch a little bit. Is that okay? Stretch a little bit? I came from a not so privileged family. I was born and raised here in Tondo, in Manila. When I was 12 years old, my father's business went into bankrupt. I can still remember when I go to school, when I went to school, I had no lunch money. I will go to the comfort room, open the faucet, and drink as much water as I can. That will be my meal. Can you remember Walt's File? Cartoon series? All of my friends had lunchbox, notebooks, stickers. I will have none. I will wait until such time that their stickers will peel off. I will pick it up from the floor, put glue, and put it on my notebook. Some of you might say, it's a sticker. Yeah, so pathetic. Yes, it's a sticker right now, but during the time it wasn't. It's something that was valuable for me during the time. So one night I had a vision. My vision was to become a millionaire before I reached the age of 35. At the young age of 12. Why? Because it's so difficult when you have no money. People look at you differently. People treated you differently. I can still remember I hate family reunions. Why? Because the people who are wealthy eat first, and then the people who are broke and poor, you will eat last. There's discrimination. So I told myself, I started my first enterprise. I sold toilet paper. When I was selling toilet paper, I was, you know what? I was the most aggressive, and I was selling to all of my friends and relatives, and I have a great sales pitch. That's the reason why everyone buys. Okay? This is the softest toilet paper in the world. It will not even scratch your butt. But have you realized, and this is what I've experienced, when I was selling, people started to make fun of me. They made fun of me. They call me names. They call me toilet paper boy. Have you realized also, when you start doing something and start pursuing your dreams, there will be a lot of people who will try to say negative things against you. Yes or no? Yes. Have you experienced that? Yes or no? Yes. Do you want to know why? Come on, do you want to know why? Yes or no? Yes. Because people who cannot make it in life will also tell you the reasons why you cannot make it in life. Miserable people want to make other people's lives what? Miserable. That's the reason why you don't listen to them. And then one more thing. When I was selling, this is my second experience. Look at me. People I expect to support me would never supported me. People I least expect to support me, they were the ones who were supporting me. Ganun din naman dito, di ba, sa negosyo to? Akala mo, yung mga taong bibili, di ba? Hindi sila bibili. Yung mga taong hindi mo akala na bibili, sila ba bumibili? Tama o mali? So to cut a long story short, from toilet paper, I sold pants, I sold shoes, I sold shirts. Before I reached the age of 35, at 24, I hit my first million. Don't clap, don't clap. My story is not yet finished because you will stop clapping if you know what happened next. Even though I hit my first million at a very young age, there was a price to pay. What was the price to pay? I never finished my formal degree. I never finished my college degree. I'm an official undergraduate. Never proud of it. But even though I never finished my formal degree, but I can be proud, when I was grade 6, at grade 6 elementary, I became the first and last summa cum laude at my campus when I was at grade 6. Now you can clap. Bakit may summa cum laude ba sa grade 6?
Wala nga eh.
Wala kasi Do you want to know why I was given the title of summa cum laude at grade 6? Do you want to know why? Yes or no? I became the first and last student who was ever to repeat grade 6 4 times. I mastered it. I failed grade 6 4 times, my friends. Do you know how embarrassing it was for you to repeat grade 6 4 times, especially when you have a batch reunion right now? They will ask me, Chinky, what batch do you belong to? It depends. You can choose. Freely choose. I'm flexible. Look at me. Have you ever failed in life? Yes or no? Yes. Failed your parents. Failed your relatives. Failed your bosses. Failed in a relationship. Or failed in what you're doing right now. Yes or no? Yes. Some of you, look at me right now. Look at me right now. It is not an accident that you're listening to me right now. And some of you are here, you're dressed properly, but you are thinking already, oh, this will be my last year with FKC. If nothing happened here, I will move on. Let me tell you this. In life, it doesn't really matter how many times you fail. What really matters is how many times you pick yourself up. I failed 4 times, but I picked myself 5 times and considered a winner. You failed once, you lie down forever, you'll be a forever loser. Come on! Sa buhay, hindi mahalaga kung ang best ka bumaksak, ang mahalaga ang best ka bumangon. Tindog? Tama mali? Tama! I go back. This year is the year of change. Do you want to change? Yes or no?
Yes.
Change your what? Mindset. From negative to?
Positive.
From problem-oriented to solution what? From being ungrateful and being so what? Complainer. You know what? You should be thankful and what? Grateful.
Grateful.
Work on what you have right now. Never ever stop until such time you reach the top.
At the top.
And my last word, for especially for the top income earners here, and people who are earning, reminder
Naloko ba kayo?
to keep your money and handle your money well. Believe me, money is very relative. The more money you have, the more relatives you have. No money, no relatives. Do you want to handle your finances well and learn how to budget this year of 2020? Yes or no?
Yes.
So I want to encourage you to start, okay, creating your own budget. I have a budgeting planner that I can teach you. Write down all of your what? Expenses. Not only that, divide the needs versus what? Wants. Set your priorities. Put your important due date. Alam niyo due date? Due date na kuryente, nalko, tubig. So this is the planner. And the next, I want to challenge, do you want to save money this year? Yes or no?
Yes.
First is the invisible 20. Once someone gives you a change of 20 pesos, you set it aside. It's not yours anymore. And you follow this chart. You fill up this invisible 20. And once you fill up the invisible 20, you go to invisible 50, to 100, 200. Once you reach the entire chart, you will save 60,000 pesos in 1 year. Come on, do you like that? Yes or no? So if you want, you can just order this one, planner. To get a Starbucks planner, you need to drink 2 gallons of coffee to get a Starbucks planner. But this one is very affordable. It's only how much? 500. But I have a good news for you. You want to hear good news for you? Yes or no?
Discount.
Today, okay? Today. Because I have written many books. Diary of a Pulubi, Diary of a Beggar, My Ipon Diary, How to Save, How to Budget, and How to Get Debt Free. These 4 books. If you order this planner, everyone say, today, you will get these 4 books for? Ay, mahina palakpak, huwag na. Wala. May seryoso ko. Pag umorder ka ng planner, magkano planner? Buy 1, take 4 books for free. So after this session, I will be out. I'll be waiting for you. I'll sign all the books for you. Thank you very much, FKC. Happy 10th year anniversary. Congratulations to the top income earners. Next year, kayo